Have you ever felt like you're constantly chasing money, but it never seems to be enough? Maybe you even dream of earning your first million but have no idea where to start or think it's impossible. The truth is, most people live this way, without a plan, without strategies, and, worst of all, letting time slip away. But let me tell you something, this can change today. In this video, I'm going to share 6 practical tips to help you achieve your first million. These are simple yet incredibly powerful steps that can transform your relationship with money and set you on the right path. If you're tired of struggling without results, these tips are exactly what you need. Now, take a deep breath, open your mind, and come with me, because what you're about to learn today could be the beginning of a journey that will change your life. And let's dive into the first tip. But before we start, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because the upcoming videos will bring you a series of content designed to help you improve your financial life. Imagine that you are about to go on a trip to an amazing place, but you don't know where you're going or have a map. What would happen? You'd probably waste time, energy, and money without getting anywhere. Now, imagine you know exactly the destination and have a detailed plan to get there. Everything becomes easier, right? When it comes to saving money, the logic is the same. Without a clear goal, you end up going in circles. Setting a goal is like drawing a treasure map. For those who want to achieve their first million, the first step is to know exactly how much you want to achieve and in what time frame. A simple example, I want to save 1 million in 10 years. This type of goal gives you the direction you need, transforming a vague dream into something concrete and achievable. But why is this so important? Because clear goals force you to create an action plan. They turn wishes into practical objectives. When setting your goal, don't forget to include a deadline. Without a deadline, it becomes just a distant wish, something you'll always postpone. When you set a time limit, like 10 years, it motivates you to act immediately. Additionally, having a deadline helps you analyze your routine and figure out where you can cut expenses or generate more income to reach your goal. Also, think about breaking your goal into smaller milestones. 1 million may seem unattainable at first, but what about saving 100,000? Then 200,000? By breaking a big goal into smaller parts, you can measure your progress and celebrate small victories. This gives you the encouragement to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. If you think you need a lot of money to start, you're wrong. What matters is taking the first step, even if it's small. For example, you can start by saving a percentage of what you earn, like 10%. At first, it may seem like little, but over time, these small efforts add up and make a huge difference. Remember that goals need to be flexible. Life is unpredictable, and your financial circumstances may change. This doesn't mean abandoning your goal, but adjusting it. If an unexpected opportunity arises, like a salary increase or extra income, take advantage of it to speed up the process. On the other hand, if you face difficulties, adjust your pace but stay focused on the final destination. To illustrate, think about Pedro, who worked as an office assistant and earned little. He dreamed of saving 1 million but knew it would take years. He started by saving just 100 Brazilian reals a month and investing that amount in safe options, like government bonds. Over time, he found ways to increase his income, started saving more, and watched his wealth grow. Pedro's secret? He had a clear goal and never lost sight of where he wanted to go. Setting a goal is the most powerful step to achieving anything in life, especially your first million. Without it, you may end up wasting time and money on things that won't take you anywhere. But with a well-defined goal, you gain direction, purpose, and motivation. Grab a piece of paper now, write down where you want to be financially in 5 or 10 years, and start taking action. Every step you take in the right direction brings you closer to the treasure you desire to achieve. Imagine you are trying to run on a track to reach the finish line, but you're carrying a backpack full of stones. No matter how fast you try to go, the weight pulls you back and makes you expend more energy. Debts work exactly the same way. They prevent you from moving forward financially and consume the resources you could use to invest or achieve your dreams. Why is getting rid of debt so important? Because debts, especially those with high interest rates, are enemies of financial progress. Think about credit cards. You buy something that costs $1,000, but if you don't pay it on time, in just a few months you could owe double or even more. While you work to get out of that situation, the interest keeps growing, creating a cycle that's hard to break. Before thinking about investing or saving, the focus should be on eliminating those debts that drain your money. Let's simplify. Imagine you have a debt with a 10% monthly interest rate and, at the same time, you can invest with a 1% monthly return. Does it make sense to invest while your debt is growing 10 times faster? Of course not. That's why the priority is to eliminate debts, especially the most expensive ones, like credit cards and personal loans. This not only eases your financial burden, but also reduces the stress of constantly worrying about overdue bills. Now, how do you start? First, organize all your debts. Make a list of the amounts, interest rates, and repayment terms. Then, prioritize those with the highest interest rates. A commonly used strategy is the snowball method. You pay off the smallest debts first to gain motivation, then use the freed up funds to tackle the larger ones. Another approach is the avalanche method, which prioritizes debts with the highest interest rates, saving more money in the long run. If you're thinking, but my debts are huge, how can I get out of this? Remember that the first step is to stop creating new debts. Cutting unnecessary expenses, renegotiating terms with creditors, and, if possible, finding an extra source of income are actions that make a big difference. For example, if you're paying 15% interest on a debt, you might be able to renegotiate it to a lower rate or replace it with a cheaper credit line, such as a payroll loan. A real-life example might help. I met Anna, who had over $20,000 in credit card and overdraft debt. She started by selling items she no longer used, like clothes and electronics. She used the money to pay off her smallest debt and then renegotiated the larger ones into affordable installments. Anna also began baking and selling sweets, using the extra income to speed up her payments. In 2 years, she managed to get rid of all her debts and started investing to fulfill her dream of opening a business. Getting rid of debt also brings another important advantage: financial security. People with debts are always vulnerable. Imagine an emergency, like losing your job or facing a health issue. Without debts, you have more control over your finances and can handle unexpected situations better. Moreover, when you pay off your debts, the money previously spent on interest can now be directed towards savings and investments, accelerating your journey to your first million. Remember that some debts can even be good, like low-interest financing used for education or a home. However, even these should be carefully analyzed to ensure they don't compromise your budget. The general rule is to avoid any kind of debt as much as possible. If it's inevitable, choose the cheapest options and have a clear plan to pay them off as soon as possible. If you're in debt, don't despair. It all starts with organization and small daily actions. Every debt paid is one less stone in your backpack, and every step in the right direction brings you closer to a lighter, freer financial life. Make this a priority and see how your life can change. Saving is the foundation of any solid financial structure. Without a financial reserve, you won't have the capital needed to invest or the security to handle unexpected events. However, saving requires strategy, discipline, and a clear vision of what you want to achieve. The key is saving more than what is expected or considered normal by most people. First, understand that saving doesn't just mean putting aside what's left at the end of the month. If you take this approach, it's likely there will never be anything left. The idea is to reverse the logic. As soon as you receive your income, set aside a percentage for savings before spending on anything else. This habit, known as pay yourself first, is essential to developing a wealth-building mindset. The ideal percentage to save varies according to your financial reality. However, the minimum recommended is 10% of your income. If possible, increase this to 20% or even 30%, especially if your goal is ambitious, like saving 1 million. It might seem difficult at first, but small adjustments to your budget make a big difference. Reducing unnecessary expenses, like subscriptions you don't use or impulsive spending, is a good starting point. Strategic saving also means not letting your money sit idle. After creating an emergency fund equivalent to 6 months of your living costs, it's time to make your money grow. The reserve should be in low-risk, highly liquid investments, like treasury bonds or daily liquidity savings certificates, CDBs. The rest of the saved money can then be directed toward investments that provide higher long-term returns, such as stocks, real estate funds, or ETFs. Another important point is maintaining consistency. Many people start saving with enthusiasm but give up when faced with difficulties or unforeseen events. Consistency, even in tough months, is what ensures you build significant wealth over time. Don't underestimate the power of small amounts accumulated over time. Saving $100 a month might not seem like much, but over 10 years, with compound interest, this amount can grow substantially. An efficient strategy to save more is to review your budget regularly. Analyze your expenses and identify areas where you can cut back. Replacing fixed costs with cheaper options, like renegotiating contracts or switching providers, can free up important resources for savings. Additionally, prioritize real needs and experiences over impulsive consumption. Also, avoid the trap of thinking that saving is a sacrifice. See it as an investment in your future. Every dollar saved today is a step toward financial freedom. The habit of saving, when well structured, allows you to enjoy the fruits of your effort in the future without worries. This doesn't mean giving up everything in the present, but balancing your choices to reflect your long-term goals. Finally, it's important to measure your progress. Set monthly or yearly savings goals and track how much you're able to accumulate. Use apps or spreadsheets to monitor your financial growth and adjust your strategies when necessary. This practice helps maintain focus and motivation, especially when you start seeing concrete results from your efforts. Saving strategically is not just about accumulating money, but also about building a solid foundation for future investments and financial security. The key is to act with discipline, consistency, and intelligence, always directing your resources toward what truly matters. Over time, this habit transforms financial dreams into tangible achievements, bringing you closer to your first million. Are you a frugal person, or do you struggle to manage your money? Let me know in the comments, and I'll help you out. Investing is the natural step after saving. This is where your money starts working for you, multiplying over time. However, for this to happen efficiently, it's essential to invest regularly and strategically. More than knowing where to invest, it's crucial to understand why consistency is the foundation of financial success. First, be clear that the best time to start investing is now. Waiting for the perfect scenario or favorable economic conditions can delay your journey. The financial market is always moving, and trying to predict the future is nearly impossible, even for experts. The secret lies in investing regularly, regardless of the circumstances. This habit creates discipline and allows you to take advantage of dollar-cost averaging, reducing the impact of price fluctuations on your investments. Diversification is another essential pillar. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different assets, sectors, currencies, and even countries. This reduces risk and increases the chances of consistent returns. For example, while stocks can offer high returns in the long term, they also come with volatility. That's why balancing them with more stable investments, like government bonds or real estate funds, helps build a solid and resilient portfolio. A frequently overlooked but extremely relevant point is the importance of initial contributions. At the beginning of your journey, the amount you invest regularly has a greater impact than the returns on your assets. This means that increasing your contributions in the early years can significantly accelerate the growth of your wealth. Therefore, focus on saving and investing more rather than spending hours searching for the perfect investment or the highest return rate. Another important factor is the time horizon. Short-term investments, such as an emergency fund, should prioritize liquidity and safety, while long-term goals, like your first million, allow for greater exposure to riskier and more profitable assets. Understanding the difference between these goals helps you avoid mistakes, such as withdrawing an investment prematurely or taking excessive risks with money that may be needed in emergencies. Staying informed is crucial. Invest time in learning about different types of assets, such as stocks, investment funds, bonds, and ETFs. There are numerous reliable sources, including courses, books, and specialized channels. The more knowledge you acquire, the better prepared you will be to make informed decisions. However, be cautious about information overload. Focus on the essentials and avoid making decisions based on speculation or trends. Finally, monitor your investments regularly, but don't overdo it. Reviewing your portfolio every 3 to 6 months is enough to ensure it aligns with your goals. Avoid following the market daily, as this can cause anxiety and lead to impulsive decisions. Patience is an indispensable virtue in the investment world, especially when it comes to long-term goals. Investing regularly and strategically is what differentiates those who merely save from those who truly build wealth. It's not about always being right, but about maintaining consistency and focus. Even in challenging scenarios, the habit of investing regularly, combined with good diversification and discipline, ensures your money grows sustainably. Over time, the results begin to show, proving that investing is not just an action but a commitment to your financial future. Well, we're moving on to the final tip, but before we do, I noticed you haven't liked this video yet. That's really important so YouTube can continue sharing our content with you, and we can keep helping you. So go ahead and leave a like on this video and help our channel grow. It's free. Imagine your income is like a faucet dripping water into a bucket. If the water flow is small, the bucket takes a long time to fill. Now, think about what happens when you open more faucets at the same time. The bucket fills much faster. Generating extra income is like opening these new faucets, accelerating your ability to reach significant financial goals, like the dream of your first million. To start, extra income doesn't have to be something grandiose. Often, it comes from skills or resources you already have. Remember Lucas, a friend of mine? He worked as a graphic designer at a company and always wanted to earn more, but his salary never increased. One day, he started taking on freelance projects during his free time. At first, they were just small jobs that supplemented his income. After a few months, he realized he was earning almost as much from freelancing as from his full-time job. And the best part? With that money, he was able to invest more and advance much faster toward his first million. Lucas's story highlights something important. Everyone has something that can be turned into extra income. It could be a skill like cooking, teaching, creating content, or even selling things you no longer use. Platforms like social media, marketplaces, and service apps have made it much easier to connect people with something to offer to those willing to pay. Now, generating extra income doesn't just mean working more hours or overloading yourself. The secret lies in identifying activities you enjoy doing or that can be scalable. For example, if you have a talent for photography, you could start by charging for photo sessions or selling your photos online. Over time, you might transform it into your own business, hiring others to expand your operations. Another form of extra income is what we call digital assets. Today, creating an online course, writing an ebook, or even starting a YouTube channel can generate passive income that keeps flowing even while you sleep. These assets require dedication at the beginning, but can turn into continuous sources of revenue. Remember Lucas? After he became comfortable with freelancing, he started selling templates and design courses, which further boosted his income. If you're thinking you don't have enough time to start, here's a tip. Organize your priorities. It won't always be easy to fit a new activity into your routine, but think about the long-term benefits. Mariana, another friend of mine, worked full-time as an administrative assistant. However, she loved baking, and on weekends, she began selling cakes for events. With the extra money, she managed to pay off her debts and start investing. Today, she runs a small bakery business and is much closer to achieving her financial goals. In addition to helping build wealth, extra income offers another major advantage: flexibility and security. Imagine that at some point, you lose your primary source of income. Having a side activity already up and running can be a huge relief. Moreover, the more income streams you have, the less dependent you'll be on a single financial situation. Finally, remember that generating extra income is just the beginning. Use this money wisely. Instead of increasing your spending, direct a significant portion of your extra income toward investments or debt repayment. This approach accelerates the growth of your wealth and makes the process of reaching big goals, like your first million, much more efficient. Generating extra income might seem like a challenge at first, but opportunities are everywhere. With a bit of creativity and dedication, you can turn your talents and resources into additional sources of revenue. Remember, every extra dollar that comes into your pocket is a brick in the foundation of your financial freedom. When we think about building wealth, most people focus solely on traditional investments, such as stocks, funds, or bonds. However, there are countless lucrative opportunities outside the financial market that can be just as, or even more, advantageous. Identifying these opportunities is a crucial strategy to accelerate your journey toward your first million. The first step is understanding that the financial market is not the only place where you can multiply your money. Personal businesses, ventures, real estate, and even partnerships can generate significant returns, often in a shorter time frame than conventional investments. For example, starting a small business in a growing sector or joining a partnership can bring substantial gains, provided it's well planned and executed. Real estate is one of the most well-known options outside the financial market. Buying, renovating, and selling properties, or even investing in rental properties, can be a reliable source of income and appreciation. While it requires a larger initial capital, the real estate market offers stability and is less volatile than many financial options. However, it's important to study the market thoroughly before making decisions to avoid unnecessary risks. Another promising area is the digital economy. Today, it's possible to create online businesses with relatively low initial costs and global reach potential. Online stores, content production, creating online courses, and consulting services are examples of ventures that can be started with minimal investment but offer scalable returns. The internet has democratized access to tools and information, enabling anyone with a good idea and dedication to achieve results. Additionally, opportunities can arise in less obvious areas, such as franchises, technological innovation, and even agriculture. The key is to evaluate each possibility based on factors like risk, expected return, and your affinity with the sector. Not all opportunities are suitable for everyone, and success depends on combining knowledge, skills, and planning. Another crucial point is market analysis. Before investing time or money in any opportunity, research the demand, competitors, and industry trends. This analysis helps minimize risks and identify where the greatest chances of success lie. For example, in a saturated market, entering with a differentiated product or service can be the key to standing out. Don't forget the importance of strategic partnerships. Often, sharing responsibilities and knowledge with someone else can increase your chances of success. Partners with complementary skills or relevant networks can add value to your venture, as well as share initial costs and risks. When exploring opportunities outside the financial market, it's also essential to safeguard your financial security. Don't risk your entire wealth on a single idea, no matter how promising it may seem. Diversify your investments and maintain an emergency fund to handle unforeseen events. This way, you avoid compromising your financial stability while seeking new growth opportunities. Finally, take advantage of the lessons and experiences these initiatives can offer. Even if a specific project doesn't succeed, it can open doors to other opportunities or teach you something valuable for the future. Every step taken outside the financial market broadens your skills and perspective, which, in itself, is a valuable asset. Exploring opportunities outside the financial market is a powerful strategy to diversify your income streams and accelerate the growth of your wealth. With analysis, planning, and a bit of boldness, you can find profitable paths that complement your traditional investments, bringing you even closer to the goal of achieving your first million. Done. Now you know the 6 tips that can help you reach your first million. But let me tell you a secret: knowing alone is not enough. If you don't put it into practice, nothing will change. It's like having an amazing recipe and never stepping into the kitchen. The result will never appear. Choose one tip to start with today. It could be organizing your goals, paying off debts, or saving just a little of what you earn. The important thing is to take the first step. And remember, the more you do this every day, the faster you'll reach your goal. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep receiving our upcoming content. See you in the next video.